Welcome back to Scale Me Down. And in this episode, we get a special insight into my day job. And we're going to answer the question that could an aeromodeler land an Airbus if both pilots were dead? Remember to like and subscribe to support the channel. Let's find out. This scenario is highly unlikely as there's two of us in the flight deck. However, a cabin crew member would put out a distress call and air traffic control would instruct them to set up the aircraft for an autoland. The Airbus A320 can complete an automatic approach, landing itself and coming to a complete stop on the runway. However, a small amount of human intervention in the flight deck is required to arm the approach, extend the flaps and lower the landing gear.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Just like that. So let's meet our experienced aeromodelers.
Hi, I'm Paul. I fly fixed-wing models, helicopters, EDF jets, and I use the Spectrum transmitting and receiving systems.
Hello, I'm Rob. I fly helicopters, fixed-wing, jets on Futaba.
Hand on the stick.
We'll start with Paul. He's going to fly the approach with the autopilot off, but with the auto thrust and flight directors on. So he is actually flying the plane.
Raise the nose to 5mm.
I've been model flying for around 10 years. I was invited along today to try my hand at landing a A320 to see the difference between the model flying and handling one of these beasts. And I have to say it's been a very interesting day.
Yeah.
I think the biggest difference I've found between this and the model flying is the flying by instrument. Obviously, as a model flyer, you're still on the floor, and yeah, we do have some up-to-date stuff, telemetry, and that tells us certain things we need to know. But as a general rule of thumb, it's all done by sight and sound. I think this was easier in respect of you're always heading in one direction. Model flying, as I'm sure you'll appreciate, once you turn the model round and fly towards it, all your controls are backwards. And that takes a lot of getting used to. Probably just like
100.
Getting used to the instruments on one of these things.
50, 40,
Flare,
30,
thrust levers.
20, retard,
Pitch up.
drive.
Nice. Gently does it. Just keep hold the attitude. Oh. You think we'll live, don't you?
Great job, Paul. A soft touchdown from an accurately flown approach.
Hold my hands up, first attempt. I did actually crash. But after that we managed, I think, 4 successful landings.
You also fly a Habu on AS3X. How does the handling? Because the Airbus does something very similar, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah, very much felt exactly the same thing, apart from 100 times bigger. Yeah, very, very similar sort of setup.
So you check that below the
Next up, it's Rob's goal to turn off the autopilot
on,
and land the plane.
check that the flaps
Of
are
course,
actually
Rob
there.
had the
Don't
benefit
just
of
only
learning
got
from
slats
Paul's
in
mistakes.
the air. Can you now see we're just coming below
Just
the
had a
next
great day
flat
today in the
speed?
simulator on this Airbus A320. The flying characteristics are very similar. Obviously the orientation, we're stood on the ground watching the planes fly. Here we're sat in the cockpit. But the actual flying characteristics, the landings, where you fly, it's all very similar. It's all done in a very similar way. You're flying on the throttle as such with the landing. Just the same with the simulator. So yeah, great fun. I think on the models it's more difficult to predict your touchdown points with the landings and your orientation. I think on the flight sim, in here there's so much more going on, and the corrections and the small inputs you're putting in on the landings just to get you perfect on, because you're on a narrower strip where we'd be landing on a big field as a rule. So
slope. 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard.
nice.
5,
Keep steering with your feet.
Well done, Rob. He got a couple of really nice touchdowns from this session.
So keep steering.
This screen shows the corrections to the glide slope and localizer he was talking about, which get more sensitive as you get closer to the runway.
100 above.
Pitch down slightly. Not bad attempt.
That was not easy. It's not as easy.
That's control. Brilliant. There's no massive big inputs, which is what you're looking for. Let's try that again. We've had a great day here today, and we've seen some very respectable landings from both the guys. It is indeed possible to teach a competent aeromodeller to land an Airbus A320 series aeroplane within a couple of hours. Of course, to learn how to operate one safely and know what everything does takes a couple of years. I'd love to hear your comments in the section below, and thanks for watching. We'll see you here next time at Scale Me Down.